Hi guys, so I want to talk about two issues here. First of all, the blatant hypocrisy of the Conservative Party and the complete lack of leadership that's on display from some of the candidates that are attempting to replace Boris Johnson. Now, first the hypocrisy. We've heard before on numerous occasions how the Conservatives have tried to paint the left, and in particular the Labour Party, as being obsessed with certain wedge issues, so things like trans issues or Black Lives Matter, and how this is not in step with the rest of the country. Well, it seems that the Conservatives themselves are obsessed with trans issues and the idea of someone transitioning from one gender to another. This leads into the second issue, of course, which is the lack of leadership. Now, a true leader is somebody who will face down opposition within their own party. There's someone who will say, these are my ideals. If you don't like them, you can go somewhere else. They'll have their clear ideals laid out, and they'll stick to them. They won't just turn like a weather vane. And, we've seen before how Liz Truss was a Remainer and jumped on board the Brexit bus as soon as she saw it would further her career. This is somebody, and I've criticized her before. What did she truly believe? Did she believe that it was a good idea to remain in the European Union when she delivered those speeches, which appeared to me as someone who cared? But obviously it was not the case, because as soon as the vote came in, she decided my career would be furthered, and hopefully one day I'll become Prime Minister by aligning with the Brexiteers. And you can see how people like Jacob Rees-Mogg and Nadine Dorries have been supporting her. Really. Anyway, but back to the leadership aspect as well. Penny Mordaunt, it says here, according to the Times, claims Mordaunt's gender claims undermined by leaked papers. Now, it says in the article that Mordaunt had originally supported the idea of people transitioning from one gender to the other, but it seems that somebody within the Conservative Party, or maybe another campaign, maybe somebody like Rishi Sunak, was doing a bit of digging, and they discovered that, well, she was replaced back in 2020 over this issue, it seems. The Conservatives wanted to move, they had picked up the UKIP support on Brexit, and they wanted to move further and further to the right. So they couldn't be seen as defending trans issues. Now, it seems that Mordaunt was somebody who was on the right side of history, and unfortunately for her, if she wanted to further her career, well, she had to jump ship. And recently it seems she wants to jump ship, and she's been banging on about that a bit. But that's another case of somebody being on one side and then jumping to the other because they believe it would help them win power. This is not leadership. A leader is somebody, if Penny Mordaunt was a true leader, she would say, these are the positions I stand on. I have defended people's right to transition, and if people don't like that, they can go to hell. But she's not thinking like that. She's thinking like a politician, and she's thinking like a future Prime Minister on the right, so she has to play that game. It's quite disgusting. But instead of seeing people, how can you vote for someone like this? How can you vote for somebody who says X on Monday and Y on Tuesday? Did they mean X on Monday? Do they truly mean Y on Tuesday? Because these lies, this is lying. People don't change to the polar opposite in such a short time. There is a transition, excuse my use of language here, but there is a transition that takes place within people's lives, but it's not as rapid as Liz Truss jumping on board the Brexit bus, or Penny Mordaunt throwing trans people under a bus. This is all very sinister, and it plays to the idea once again that politicians are people not to be trusted, that they're all the same. They're not all the same. There are people who truly care and have strong beliefs and stick by those beliefs. But once again, we don't have people who actually do that. And whoever's going to replace Boris Johnson, it seems, is just going to be another liar. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.